Hello, everyone, and it is Miss Peacock. Tonight we are doing some chill games, two very short experiences. Mostly that I would like you to play that yourself. So I'm going to run through them really quick, and if they catch your attention, I'm going to recommend that you go ahead and play through them at your own convenience. But we are going to start with, let's see if I can pronounce this, Dr. Langeskov, the Tiger and the Terribly Cursed Emerald. We will start there, and then when we are done, should take about 30 minutes, we'll head over to the Stanley Parable and play through a couple endings there. Super excited. Perfect. Loading the heist map. I just knocked something off my desk. Uh-oh. Let's turn that up. Maybe turn it up a little bit for me. Oh, well, that's as high as it's gonna go. Hopefully I can hear it a little better.
Can we get somebody on that as soon as possible? Okay, just waiting for a go from Pyro. Do you have anybody in the weapon department?
Let's
No,
see.
they've gone too. Alright,
Tire.
no problem. 1 minute. Break a leg, everybody. Positions, please. Performance 237. Beginning in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
I want juvenile cola. No Swedish warfare? Boo. Weird. Huh. What am I doing with all this change? This is like the first time I've seen any of this. Letter of resignation. Management. I didn't quit when the flood happened. I didn't quit when you reassigned me to a spectacularly dangerous department with no training. I didn't quit when the forklift broke and dropped a set piece on my ankle. Weird. I think I know who this was written about. But looking at all of those things written down, I'm beginning to realize that I probably should have. I'm not generally in favor of industrial action, but thinking about it, when the brand new health and safety department literally catches fire within days of being established, perhaps, just perhaps, something like this is necessary. Santiago Morris, heavy goods transportation, formerly paid job. Oof. So I guess I drop items when I wiggle. Can't interact with those. Dr. Langeskov, the Tiger, and the Terribly Cursed Emerald, a whirlwind heist. Now playing. That is a fantastic thumbnail, I have to say. We are not being paid half enough. Okay. Ignore this. Okay. I think I can do that. Please buzz for entry. Authorized personnel only.
1 second, please. Hold your first position. There's somebody at the door. Yeah, I know. Okay, 1 second. Can we get a precise location on the player, please? There's 2 of them. Right. Okay. Hi. So this is a bit awkward. I think it's probably best if we're just really honest with each other. It's a bit awkward. The thing is, the game you've just downloaded, somebody is playing it right now, so you can't
What?
play it.
No, I want to play.
Yeah, this is quite inconvenient.
Yeah.
I don't know why this keeps happening. Sorry, we're generally quite organised. You should come inside. I'll explain.
Oh.
Just through here.
Okay.
Here's the thing. The game's live, which makes it impossible to insert you, and also it's just quite difficult now for you to leave. But I think it's okay. I know what to do. I'm gonna try and call publicity and
This
liaison
is
so
the
we can be able to
trailer.
take you to the green room. All right. If you just wait here, and yeah, we'll be able to get you in. All right. Let me just find the number here. Okay.
I'm like looking for
It's ringing.
change now.
Somebody will pick up. We're okay. It's ringing. Don't worry. Oh, they hung up. Okay. I'm going to try that again. I'm so
Olive
sorry.
Diamond.
I'm so sorry.
Hello, good to see ya.
Okay, let's see.
Have you played this game? I feel like we've talked about
Sorry,
it.
I know we've both got better things to be doing with our lives. Oh, come on.
We'll give it the 3rd ring.
Still ringing. Okay. Oh, I know what's going on. We've got something of a strike sort of situation emerging. Yeah, we've become quite understaffed. Actually, you wouldn't mind doing me a favour, would you?
You don't think
come
so?
through here.
Is this
I could
that
really- I could-
dream
I could
game?
really
It
use
is
your help.
not. This is made by one of the people who worked on the Stanley Parable, and
rather- if
also
you'd
the
rather
same
wait here, I
development
could just let you know
studio
when
that
we're
worked
ready
on
for you.
Accounting Plus, which is a VR game.
It's just, why miss out on this opportunity, right?
Oh, there's another one back here, and a coin.
Very few players get to visit here.
What does this say? This title is too long. Agreed. Thanks for participating in the Dr. Langeskov beta test. It really means a lot. Before you leave, we would like all testers to fill out this form and let us know about your experience in the field. Did you experience any issues in vehicular combat? If so, what kind of grappling hook were you using? Grappling hook? No! Did you find difficulty spike during the mansion chase sequence appropriate? Amount it pisses me off. Tipping point. Mockery acceptable. What? What is happening? Were there any technical issues? Lights not working. Saw guard rehearsing dialogue. Immersion deflated. Boo. Is there anything else you would tell us? More car stuff. Okay, thanks. Me. What's this? I've had enough. I don't need to know why my office has been turned into a shrubbery. I really don't. I'm going to assume it's some sort of space issue that somebody somewhere ran out of space. I don't need to know why my computer was removed and replaced in a corridor where somebody accidentally kicked it. Again, I'm guessing that's a space issue or something. I also don't need to know why we're running out of space so horribly, but I'm going to assume it's because storage rooms are underwater or something, because that's just par for the course now. Here's what I do know. I can't access my desk because a rhododendron is in the way. I'm done. What? Ineffable, incomparable autumn on the garden planet. That's adorable. Alright, anything back here? Any more secrets? Oh, there's coins on the stairs. That's not good. I haven't been looking on the stairs. You gonna close behind me?
The thing is,
Yep.
our entire weather department and half the wildlife crew is just up to left before we could even begin this morning. And it's all super simple. It's mostly
Devil is
buttons.
in the
You
details.
like buttons, right? And you'll be able to play the game as soon as whoever's in there at the moment is finished. Promise. Your help? Oh, this is fantastic.
Depression
Okay,
and
this
the
works.
creative mind.
Yeah, the lighting department's right through here.
I guess I should play the game normally and stop worrying about these coins.
Yeah.
So that's the lighting.
Could we maybe move it along just a little?
I don't
The
want to
player's
move
been
it
in the loading
along.
screen for the last minute and a half, and we really
Man,
should
I'm not
get the
gonna
lights.
lie. I really lost my taste for walking simulators after Night in the Woods. Is Night in the Woods a walking simulator? I thought it was the animal game.
Right. First things first. Could you bring up the lights? Thank you so much. Because we can't have people playing in the dark, or they'll fall over. They could die. See that lever? It sets the sunset off. We got the reflections in the lake looking. They're sort of great. Oh no, that's absolutely not the right button. You just made a beeline for that one, huh? I think we're okay. We're okay. I still need you to pull the lighting lever though. That would be ideal. Yeah, just now. It's the bigger one.
The bigger one? It's not letting me click it. Yeah, I guess I didn't think of that as a walking simulator. I thought of that as more of an RPG. The other big one? It's a... You're kidding, right? What? Is there one back here? No?
There
Okay.
it goes. Little lights blinking on in the windows of the mansion, up past the ornamental ponds. Pretty magical, really. Okay, now we need to attack them with a tiger. It's a heist game. The player's playing a big heist. I don't want to spoil it for you, but the tiger's very important. It's in the title. All right, into wildlife.
The tiger is
preparation.
very important.
Just through the door. You don't have
Props
to be
should not be
alarmed.
weapons.
It's not a real jungle. Right, this is all. It's so safe. We'd usually have someone else do this, but they started striking right after one of them got. Well, that's not. I shouldn't have. Just pull the lever and let's say introduce the tiger to the level.
I guess personally when I think of a walking simulator, I think of what I'm doing now, not a like third person like Night in the Woods
Trust me on this
is.
one. Tigers, it turns out, just aren't. They're not in love with the idea of boxers. Perfect. That went perfectly. There should be a red button nearby. It will just let the recovery crews know that the tiger. Okay, press it again. Oh, thank goodness. The recovery crew are on the move. I worry they
Nice.
might have joined the picket or gone to the union or been eaten by a tiger.
Wild
I'm
beast.
trying to work out where you're going to be most useful. I don't think we have anybody left in catwalks, do we? Oh, we do. Oh, great. Wow. Can't believe it. I guess weather control then.
What about Dust Stranding? Is that a walking
The door's just
simulator
over
to
there.
me? I mean,
You're doing. Oh,
delivery simulator.
this hasn't been easy, During our second performance, a pipe burst in here and flooded the whole garden level. The player got stuck on the roof of the summer house. Alright, okay, the script calls for a storm. Let's make it rain. It's the red valve on the pipe next to the door.
Oh,
Can't
okay.
leak. A lot of the story
Red valve.
relies on there being a storm. It's a big.
This one?
No, too much. Okay, we're good. There's a button below the fan that sorts out the thunder and lightning.
Button below the fan.
Could you do the lightning?
There we go.
Oh, it might be wired up wrong. I'm sorry. That room gets back down. Now I think about it, it might have been safe. Oh no! There it is. There it goes. You've got to picture the building lit up by these big flashes of lightning. It's really imposing. The sets are massive. Oh, speaking of, the player has apparently entered the mansion through the orangery, and is. They're going to use the lift. Okay, we can do this. They're right here. This way. Actually, wait, hang on a second. This is really important. Behind this door is the closest the player ever passes backstage. They'll be right behind a wall, and I don't know what the wall's made of, but I do know that it's phenomenally cheap. So it's gonna have to be very quiet. Okay? Just down the steps. Yeah, that's good. That's the mansion in there. The player would have got here much earlier, except they had to disarm the lasers that somebody put in their way. you do know that when I say somebody, right, I mean you.
I did it.
I'm not being too subtle here, am I?
No.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It was a fun and unexpected and searing challenge for me. In any case, here's what we need to do.
You almost killed a person.
He's going to come down the corridor and call the lift. And once the doors open and they get inside, they're going to press the down button. When that happens, all you have to do is pull the lever on this side. This lift was always supposed to power itself, obviously. This is just a hangover from rehearsals that nobody got round to replacing. Besides, it's fine. We've got plenty of time. And actually, no, wait, here he comes. Shh, out, eyes front. Wait for it. Ready? What are they doing? Why haven't they pressed the button? Did they hear us? Don't move. Now. Oh, thank God, they're moving. Oh, no idea what happened there. I think they can't have heard. I hope they didn't hear it. They probably didn't hear us. At least they're on
I'm
their
a
way now.
stinker.
Actually, they're going to be very busy with the vault. You could start playing in the grounds. We just need to prep some pyrotechnics for the escape sequence, and then you're good to go. There's a lift to the pyro workshop up the stairs.
Wrong stairs? Yes.
If we could just hurry along.
Interesting.
You're not into lifts. That's okay, I can understand that. But we really should keep moving. It's not an unpleasant lift. Really. Oh my God. Are you okay?
No.
Do you still have your ankles? Are they in the correct orientation? Okay, you're okay? You do? That's great. Oh God, I'm so sorry about that. This is the weather room, isn't it? Right. Okay, listen. Since we can't reach the lift to Pyro, the only way back into the game is through a department called High Concept Miscellaneous Interactions.
This one?
To do this to you. There's usually a lot of training involved, but I'll talk you through it. You'll be fine. We'll be fine. You brace yourself. Welcome to Miscellaneous Interactions. This is the department that controls a lot of things. Locked and unlocked doors, interior lights, smoke machines, telephone calls, actor cues, laser lights, vault guards, tranquilizer dart strength, that kind of thing. But it's
What about
all
the
done with
umbrella?
numbers. I don't know why. And usually the operator's got this.
Did I
big,
miss the umbrella?
Usually they know what they're doing. But I've got a manual here. I think we'll get through it.
I haven't been able to steal anything except for those tiny coins I find on the ground. Like coins, and then there's like...
Alright, in order to get started, you're going to want to press the number 4. Just go right ahead, the number
there's
4.
coins and then something else.
It should be on the left-hand side. Don't worry about that. Don't worry, that's fine. I think that's normal.
What's on fire?
Yeah, I don't think that light's a bad sign. 5, 7, 2, 1, 2, 1. 3. Okay. So what we did there, it turns out, was the wrong thing. Could you press 9 and then 4 and then 1? Oh, I think that's it's alright, there's a page in the manual about this. What did you... That could have been very important! Why did you... It's alright. Okay, I found the right instructions.
That's all it lets
Alright,
me do is hang up on people.
Number 9.
We're so rude. Okay, we're clicking number 9.
Alright. Let's just assume that we've got 9 sorted. Right? Okay, 5, 2, 1, 4. Wait, no! Hit start to cancel that, and then a 2. 6. Just ignore that. That's fine. Right. 7, 2, left. 1, 4. Oh Christ! Please pick up the phone, please, and talk to them this time. How is this not making you incredibly anxious? Pick up the phone. Please pick up the phone. Please pick up the phone. Oh, come on! Again? Do you just not know how to use the phone? Alright, back to the board. Hit these 4 numbers. 2, 5, 9. Oh, I guess we don't need to bother with 9. Oh. That sound that I might have told you to ignore, it turns out that's a very bad alarm. So I'm going to need you to just do a 180, right down the stairs, please. Right down. I'd probably go a bit further. Move. Here's good. Great.
Oh.
That wasn't too bad. Okay, back. Come on, back up the stairs. A bit faster than that, please. Just a bit, just a bit faster. Come on. All right, don't worry. Actually, do worry a bit. Hit 7, 4, then asterisk. Is there a fire below right now? Is there something on fire? Oh, there is, isn't there?
Oh my goodness!
Really, I don't think any of this room is supposed to be on fire. Please don't do what I think you're about to do. Please don't do it. Pick up the phone and put it to your ear like a normal person.
I'm a sneaker.
Why? Wait, hang on. We can still fix this. We can. I need you to find a blue panel marked downpour. Do you see it?
Blue panel.
It's turned off, right? I found a way to activate a fail-safe lever to the left of the key. Oh no, wait, on the right of the keypad. Right, not left. Go to the left. Okay, when the downpour panel lights up, I'm going to need you to pull it. When it lights up, not before. Any moment now. Now?
Hooray!
Did we do it?
We made it rain!
I think we did it. The players left the mansion. I think we did it. I
Yay!
don't think it's supposed to still be raining, but hey, come back down the stairs.
We did it! So these are the coins I was
You don't
talking
need to
about.
spend any more time in this room. You can forget
And then
about
there's
the
a
whole
different thing we can pick up that has symbols on it.
thing. Or you can try to forget about it. Whatever. This is it. You're done, sister. Thank you so much. You really helped out. We couldn't have made it through without you. We really couldn't have. Through here.
I'm trying to find another one of... Is that it? Yeah. Huh. A little pentagon with a symbol on it.
Here we are again. So this is how it's going to work. You go in there. Just give me a moment. I will bring the lights up, and Dr. Langeskov, the tiger,
We get to play the game.
first emerald. Enjoy it. Thank you so much.
We play the game!
What? Another player? You've got to be kidding me. I can't do this again. Okay, this is really awkward. The fact of the matter is... Wait, hang on. Where are you going? Right, so, look, I need to talk you... Okay, that's the lighting room. You need to talk... Okay, fine. This is wildlife
No.
track. No, hang on.
Nothing changes.
Hang on. There's a tiger in there. That's... no, don't pull that. Wait, no. Oh.
Uh-oh. Beautiful. We will appreciate the credits. It's a beautiful game. I believe it's a free game on Steam. And the developers are fantastic. One of them, I believe, One of the main developers in Crows worked on the Stanley Parable. So we're going to work on that next. Actually, the Stanley Parable is getting an update very soon. And I expect, or actually, it has the original development studio as well as Crows behind it. So that's super awesome. Which I think, quit to Crows. I think we will move on to Stanley Parable. So we'll throw that up real quick. We're gonna change our stream info. There we go. Perfect. Bloodborne? Nah. Not gonna happen. I'm not a Bloodborne player. Not responding. Plumbers don't wear ties? Is that a game? By the way, I don't think I've said hello to you yet. I'm gonna take a stab at your name.
Stanley worked for a company in a big
Junpei
building where he was
Tenmoju?
number 427.
Temoji?
Employee number 427's job was simple.
We'll
He
stick
sat
with
at his
Junpei.
desk in room 427
Hopefully
and
that's
pushed
close.
buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley.
I will definitely
Something
look
he would
into
never quite forget.
Plumbers Don't Wear Ties.
He had been at his
I'm
desk
always
for
into
nearly
a good
an hour
indie game.
when he
That seems to be
realized
what
that
does the
not
best on my
one
channel are these
single
shorter,
order had arrived on the monitor
very
for him
heavily
to
story
follow.
and experience driven
No one had showed
games.
up to give him
And then in
instructions,
Tenmei
call a
Yuji.
meeting, or even say hi.
Okay.
Never in all his years at the company.
But
had
Junpei
this
is
happened.
correctly?
This
Or
complete
did I pronounce Junpei
isolation.
correctly?
Something was very clear.
And thank you for helping me. I love it when people spell it out phonetically.
Solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came
I will
to
write
his
down
wits
Plumbers
and
Don't Wear
regained his
Ties,
senses,
'cause I
he
have
got
a
up from
list
his
of games
desk
that I'm wanting
and
to
stepped
play for
out of his
stream.
office.
And they are all super short in indie games. And hopefully we don't get the first ending of Stanley Parable. Alright. Doing the traditional ending. Hello? No. Duck is control. I'm okay with that. I'd also love the story and Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. Directly up my alley in video game taste. I love that. Thank you. Yeah. Discard current changes. Okay. There we go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Sensitivity is
Perhaps
a
he had
little weird,
simply
but
missed a memo.
we'll take it. Hey, favorite office. Is it this one I can click? No? One of the pictures I can click. It's the start of the game.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What up?
Yet there was not a single person here.
Do not
either.
alter without consulting
Feeling a wave
whiteboard
of
manager.
disbelief, Stanley decided to
Meeting
go up to his
schedule.
boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Rip Franz. That's crazy. Push for funding for R&D of new coffee machine. Standard size graphs 40 times wide. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Synergize papers. Hire somebody to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the guy. The paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of, okay. Future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. Tomorrow, complete day's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda and reflect. Let's look at this. What are my dreams for the future? Plant life. Tag yourself, I'm less air. Tips for not getting fired. Talk less. Do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, with no expectation of promotion or recognition. Don't get fired. How to solve a dispute with a coworker? Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Using slides to assure employees that everything's okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic and the header. And throw some bevel on the text. This one sure.
Stanley just
Oh,
stood
nope.
there doing nothing at all.
Everyone
He
is
seems to
unique.
think I have nothing
You,
better to do
most of
with
all.
my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything. This is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
You don't sound very genuine, Mr. Narrator. I don't appreciate your tone. What is hot? Profits, 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 profits. A lot of percent. Throw something in the ideas bin. Can I throw something in the ideas bin? Where's the ideas bin? Why is there no ideas bin? Rude. Writing behind the power board? Better safe than profits. Business club rule number 1. References are not all they're cracked up to be. Let's see if this one has something behind it. No. Hello, Archeron. How are you doing? Broom closet. Oh, I wanted to go in the broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who
Well,
orchestrated
Archeron, thank
this.
you for stopping
What
by
dark
and saying
secret was being
hey.
held from him?
It
What
was
he
a
could
short
not have
stream
known
tonight.
was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth
Did I
that his
glitch
boss
on
had
you?
been keeping from him.
I did!
And so the boss
On the
had assigned
briefcase.
it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Hello? There we go.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
Yeah, for some reason my
amazing
key inputs
he
were
stepped into the newly
all
opened
off.
passageway.
Where is it? It's over here. Yeah. Oh, you were saying you thought I had to type. Ah! I should have tried that. You'll host after you head out. Aw. Very sweet. By the way, I fully understand how you felt about Bulbasaur.
Stanley realized he felt a bit
I'm trying to trigger more Bulbasaur spawns just by running into them and running away immediately. Wasting a lot of lures doing that. But hopefully it goes by a little bit quicker.
When for years it had never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long.
Should probably listen to the narrator for all of you who have never played this before.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But that one says escape.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes. I have the power. And I know one of these screens says pirate, so we're gonna find the pirate screen.
Now the monitors jumped.
Or does it say pirate?
Their true nature revealed. Each bore the
There it
number
does.
of an employee building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant
Go back to
nothing.
numbers. But I want to go back to the numbers. It said pirate. There we go. Pirate! And 420.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible
Fired.
to believe it couldn't be true.
Oof.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused
No.
to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never!
Never.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Olive Diamond, you got a new job. Congratulations. Very happy
There was
for
the
you.
proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content.
40% bonus.
Walking,
Look at
eating,
you.
Working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I want to press the big red button. Why can't I press this button?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
No more. I believe that's the last thing I do. I might walk
Blackness
through the doorway.
And a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
I don't know if I'm controlling my camera or not.
Yes.
There it is.
He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Woo.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not
Sound
knowledge or
design's
even
beautiful.
power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
Hooray.
Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation.
I think I would know if my office building was so close to here.
This was exactly the way, right now.
Pretty sure we died.
Things were meant to happen.
Had like a brain aneurysm at her desk.
Stanley was happy.
The same go to black ending? I didn't know if the update was out yet.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to
Just
the meeting.
now?
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm confused, sorry. Whoa. What? Wait. This is new. This is not where your office normally is. You normally have way more to walk through before you get here.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door.
Me
on
really
his left.
realizing that while reading all of Diamond and Chat is like freaking me out. I'm trying to remember where I want to go.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysterious but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I don't think I want to. Is that way? Nah. Yeah, we'll go this way.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
so there's nothing new over there.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Nuh-uh.
Let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Nope. Danger. Danger everywhere. Does that mean we're in the danger zone? Paint. This game is so beautiful for its time. It feels like an office simulator.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Guess what? I'm a stinker.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Uh-huh.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Uh-huh.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see?
This is Office
Vehicles?
Simulator.
Skill
Where's the
trees?
eccentric
Work
boss
with
that
me.
wants
You've
you to
given me
make a feature film
absolutely
about how the
nothing so
cactus
far.
can save
Tell you
South
what,
Korea
let
from
me take
killer
a stab
babies?
in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
I don't think it's that kind of Office
There we go.
Simulator.
A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Sure, if you insist.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Actually, I think this is funnier.
Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion? You know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings? Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
I forgot about this. Skip to the intro sequence. The worst 3% of players choose the blue door. I am the worst.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Boop boop.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take it.
Olive Diamond immediately killed the baby.
once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes.
I'm not even gonna press the button once.
You heartless bastard.
Eat
Did
me!
you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do.
Killer baby is right there.
I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out.
Chat
I'm
is
done.
fantastic.
It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
It's Minecraft? I think it's Minecraft.
Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
It is!
Well,
It's
Stanley,
pigeon
is that any
dating.
better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely
That's a
nothing
game I
to
can
do
get
with.
behind.
But is it
It's
enough?
Day Some
Tell me
Burbs.
that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to
It is an
build a
actual game. I've
house.
played it on stream already. I think that was what I played on Valentine's Day.
This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art.
It's like the worst Minecraft house I've ever seen.
Inadequacy.
My sisters can build better
But you've only
Minecraft.
seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything.
Glitter
yes,
house.
Yes, yes. Come along, Stanley.
Glitter
We have to go
house.
mining.
Off to mining. I'm ready.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light? Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Oh, bummer. I forget what this game is. Oh, it's Portal. Of course it's Portal.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Oh, no. I think my depth perception is off. Okay.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. You're
Give me my companion cube. Just regular cube.
genius.
Good enough.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's
No.
plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any
That's not
wiser
very
for the
nice.
experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So,
Doesn't
why don't
make
you
it
get
better for
cozy in
me.
this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity. I don't need your advice. I don't need your ratings.
I mean, you're the one
And
who
I
asked
certainly
for
don't
them.
need the validation of a man whose job is to push buttons. I think I'll just go about my business, making meaningful cultural contributions to the world. And perhaps every now and then I'll think back to a man named Stanley who was objectively wrong in every decision he ever made. The thought won't last long. Goodbye, Stanley. Good luck with your work, and I sincerely hope that everyone lives happily ever after.
I can just hop in. Nice. It's so dark and spooky. It's a window. I'd be so creeped out if there was a person in it. I think at some point they chime in. There we go. Yeah.
I wonder what he found.
I think it starts over here.
If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned...
I'd be willing to play through one more time. If anyone is watching wants to give me inputs.
He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the
I feel like that'll be a good way to wind down.
Confusion.
We're at about an hour right now.
That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
There we go. KFP2. Kung Fu Panda 2. Oof. Alright. What do you think? There's a peacock villain? I have apparently been missing out on the Kung Fu Panda.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Is it this one? Oh, it's close. Oh, so close. Oh, I fell. No. Let's see if I can do it. Maybe? Maybe? Is it even here? Or am I thinking of this one? Yeah, it can't be in here. It has to be this one. Well, heck, I had it. I had it. We did it! Secret ending!
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. Now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is Rich. Perhaps you.
I love when the narrator's
other
making
option,
fun of me.
and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option
This is
really
fantastic.
miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
Oh, I am so lucky.
I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
I think he does leave you here. If I remember correctly.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting.
I forget
Perhaps
where-
He had simply missed a memo.
There's one room I really like in this game, and I'm forgetting
When
where it
Stanley came to a
is.
set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley.
I think that
Maybe,
went the
he
wrong
thought to
way.
himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Those are
And
true.
for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job.
It's
He
all a
wasn't
dream.
crazy after all. and he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself
Trying to remember where the
and began to
filing room
gently
is.
float above the ground.
There's a neat little
He
trick in there that I
imagined himself
love.
soaring through space on a magical star field.
There are
And it too
so
appeared.
many
It
secrets in
was
this
so
game
much fun.
that I haven't even
And
touched.
Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so
I've been
lucid?
gaming,
And then
streaming
perhaps
for about
the
an hour.
strangest question of them all
What do you
entered
think?
Stanley's head.
One more round?
One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Sure.
Now the voice was
Okay.
describing itself being
We'll
considered
do one more
by
round.
Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Oof.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
I'm trying to think of where that room
All I want
is.
my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal.
I think I know.
I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Nope. I think he has a meltdown right now.
Stanley began screaming.
Yep.
Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real.
That room is hidden by a secret boss.
Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
There's a filing room where the floor plan is
This
kind
the
of
story
trippy.
of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control.
I am
of my
sane.
mind. I
The
know
sane
what is
person
real
says.
and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
She ran. Alright. I will do one more run through.
Already this was
think I know.
uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
It's a new ending. Or a new monologue. The new dialogue.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes,
admire.
This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness, but eager to get back to business,
So I think I go
Stanley
through
took the
this
first
door.
open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I could be wrong.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Sure about that?
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see, we went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Nope.
No,
Pirate!
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Close your eyes, chat.
Okay. We just have to get back to...
Except now you can open it because it says pirate.
kidding. It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
I believe I went the right way.
It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Find the story! Okay, so I believe these all just loop around. Yeah, those all go back into the room. Cool.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Uh-oh.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story?
I love how the footsteps changed.
I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that
Such
correct?
a good game.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
I win! I am the winner.
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay?
I did win fair. I
I
used the mouse, I used the keyboard, I win. I am the winner.
I have to restart.
No. Here it is.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that? You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination?
Line's starting to go
still a
rogue.
story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being by the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh my. Okay. So, annual reviews, consolidation reports, departmental accounts, personnel files, budget analysis. Okay. So that looks normal. That looks normal. Financial records. Corporate balances. Monthly ledgers. Corporate balances. I think if I cross over here, this changes. Something about this changes. Wait. There was something trippy about this before. Oh, I think if you follow the line, that's when it happens. Okay. Anyone else? That's really cool. Oh, peer reviews on employee 432 in that room. And we're back. That's so cool. They created like a whole different space that you warp to. for peer reviews for 432.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Guys, it's a very important fern.
Wait,
Whee!
we're back at the office? No.
Wait.
No,
Wait.
Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
What? Plays it.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us?
Pirate.
After we trusted you. After everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
It is a restart. I'm glad we saw the trippy room, though. It's back!
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Hooky! Here I go!
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go
Wait.
wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Okay, so you can walk back. It does loop, okay. It keeps track of how many times you loop around. Nice.
Oh, no. Again. Stanley, I'd also
The line
like
is
to
drunk
the
with
lights
power.
Having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Goodbye. Is the line just yawned here for the narrator? I don't know. It could be.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere
I'm a
at the
stinker.
place where we're trying
I'm
to
a
go,
rebel.
there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
The confusion ending.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I
8
won't do it.
restart. The narrator's gone after a long time. Stanley dies.
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will
Can I see
someone
it?
come for us? Will something happen? So, okay.
Okay.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite
Sure.
sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if all of his co-workers were gone, what could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I believe.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace? Its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker.
Excuse me?
Yes, really worth it being here in the room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Well,
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
yeah, for some reason, I guess we actually reset. So after I wrap up this one, I will wrap up
And
streaming.
rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Cool. Yeah. Alrighty,
Stanley
chat, what do you
walked
say?
straight
Should
ahead
we
through
escape?
The large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yes or no on an escape? Yes, we should blow up Jupiter. I'll take it.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Nice.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Yeah.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Uh-huh. Woo! Nice. We gonna get squoosh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence.
The machine is just gonna come up and
Stanley can't see the
whoosh.
big picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
And she sticks the landing.
Willingly accepted this
I love it.
end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
He is pancake.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So not that way, but this way. End game!
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Alright. So this is
When
a
every path you can
museum
walk has been
of the
created
game.
for you long in advance,
We will blow through
death
this, and if
becomes
you want to see it, you
meaningless,
can get the
making
game
life
yourself.
the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley
We
was
will look at the
already
credits,
dead
though.
from the moment he hit start?
Nice. If you didn't know, the Stanley Parable is getting an update. It was rumored to have an update, or not rumored, they said the update would be in 2019. You can actually watch a video where the narrator answers a bunch of fan mail saying to delay the game, so they delayed the game. I believe it's called the Stanley Parable, the Deluxe Edition. So definitely look out for that.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
This game is full of awesome This game is full of awesome screenshots.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Okay.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape.
Nope, still dead.
Press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Believe that's that ending. Hello? Tara? Is that all she wrote? I'm surprised that hasn't started us over. Well. No? Weird. Okay. Well, I think we will end the stream here. Perfect. Well, if you are still watching, thank you for tuning in for these two amazing games. If you're looking for more games from these developers, the Beginner's Guide is extremely emotional, but such a wonderful game. If you have a VR system, Accounting Plus is definitely a game to check out. So yeah, I believe we're ending the stream here. I love you all. I hope you're doing well. Hang in there, and I will be back tomorrow. Question mark. Schedule's kind of up in the air, but we shall see. If you want to know when I go live, definitely hit that follow button, and you can also follow me at Twitter and Instagram. All the usernames are the same, Miss X Peacock, so you'll be notified when I go live. Have a great night, guys.